So because we had a busy time, I will prepare some coffee.
마하반야 바라밀다 신경관 자제보살행신반야 바라밀다 시조야 온계공도 일체고액 사리자 색불이 공공불이 색색득시 공공즉시 색도상행시 역부여시 사리자 시 제복공상 불생 불멸 불구부정 부증불감시고 공중무 생무 수상 행식무아니 비설신의 무색성양 위촉법 무한계내지 무의식계 무무명 영무무명진 내지 무노사 영무노사진 무고진 멸도 무지 영무득의 무소득고 오리살타의 반야바라밀타 고신무가에 무가에고 무유공포 권리전도 봉사 의경열반삼세제불이 반야바라밀타 고두간욕따라 삼작삼보리 고지 반야바라밀타 시대 신주 시대 명주 신무 상주 신무 등등주 등제일체고 진실구라고 설반야 바라밀따주 즉설주와 아제아제바라 승아제 모지사바 아제아제바라 승아제 모지사바 아제아제바라 승아제 모지사바 마하반야 바라밀다 신경관 자제보살행신반야 바라밀다 시조야 온계공도 일체고액 사리자 색불이 공공불이 색색득시 공공즉시 색도상행시
마하반야 바라밀다 신경관
So this chanting was, I was part of this chanting in Korea and Japan. And we had to chant hours in the morning and evening. And it sounds very nice as well. So we're human. We humans were used to have a knowledge transfer in an oral tradition. That's why we love to hear a story sung. When you sing a story, you can remember very easily. For thousands of years, we passed our knowledge by singing together. And later on, when we invented the writing, it was really expensive to make a book. So only in the monasteries, the monks had time and the resources to make any books. And it felt very natural that you have to read it loud, so that the ear is the main entrance. So the chanting in the monasteries are an old form of learning what the wise and holy ones said, and to learn it word by word without making a mistake. And nowadays, we read quietly, silently, inside, kind of. So actually we hear with the eyes. So yesterday I was playing my old chanting from the monastery, and my son wanted to hear it again and again. And like all children, when they like something, you have to tell them again, like a story or a fairy tale. And he wanted to hear this chanting hundreds of times. Even I got bored. But you could see that he was very lost in a good way. He was very calm, sitting on the couch and listening. So even Socrates said that the good and the beauty are linked together. So when we hear the chanting or when we hear the singing, the old songs from kindergarten, or every culture has its own songs, it actually was the transfer of knowledge. That's why it feels so good. It feels so known, comfortable. That's why we like to go to concerts. Or when you're in a church and hear that everybody is singing together. So music, any kind of art gives you this sense, a very special sense, the feeling that you are part of something bigger, that you're connected to the universe. That's why it feels so good. And also the meaning of life. That's actually where it all functions together. When you hear music or when you see art, whatever you do, when you are in the flow, that actually feels meaningful because you're part of something bigger. So you can kind of trigger this from outside because the meaning of life, you're using it all the time. In German, it's better. We say not meaning, we say, what is the sense of life? Like the sense, hearing, feeling, like that. So it's literally a sense. So what is the meaning of life actually doesn't make any sense. Because you're using it all the time. So the question is more, how are you using your very own sense, the sense meaning? The eye just looks all the time, even at night. It doesn't stop looking. 24/7, it works. And it likes all colors. It sees all colors. That's why the beauty and the good, they come together. Soon will be New Year. The old year is gone and the new is coming. But is it really new? When we meditate, who is really meditating? Some days ago, a guest came to visit the temple, and I was smoking outside. And this guest said, "Oh, well, you're a monk. Why do you smoke? Why can't you stop smoking?" And that's an interesting question because Because I'm a monk, it seems I have superpowers and I can do whatever I want instantly in my head. But I said I'm more in believing in quitting to smoke. But it seems that we are very confused. And somehow looking for this connection, the connection of beauty and the good. And the whole Christmas time was a celebration of the good. And also of the beauty. When you're prepared a special meal, everything was a little bit more sacred than usual. We put more effort in it. Every detail mattered. So it was like dancing with the universe, and slowly to put everything in order. And we can feel when it's harmonious, when it's good, it also feels beautiful. It's like the chanting or the singing together. And when we hear a nice music or something works very well, it's not that you're very proud, I have done it, but you feel comfortable and you feel in the right proportion. You know where you belong. Yesterday evening, I was listening to an old Dharma talk, and my son wanted to know. And I said, you know, not many, a lot of people don't know where they belong to. And he said, oh, that's very silly. That's a stupid question, because you belong to the family. And so for him, it was very difficult to not, because everything is obvious how it is. And that's the meaning, like the heart of a child will enter heaven. It means it's holy and sacred, not like naive. When you hear or when you encounter art, or when you encounter the meaning, your meaningful life, it satisfies the sense of meaning. And we can feel that, we know that. And even in very strange circumstances, it works very well. When I go to my neighbor, he's a farmer and has many sheep. And when he tells me from his sheep, and he watches over them, you can see that for him, this is beauty. He knows every animal. He knows how they behave. He knows every plant, every tree on his ground. And he takes care. And you can see and hear. That's his very own art. And it's very harmonious and crystal clear. So when we meditate and have a very deep contemplation with the universe, we actually always adjusting the meaning of life, adjusting. That's what it called the sixth sense. It's not something magical. Whenever you know you are at the right time, at the right place, even in the middle of a storm, deep down, when you have this feeling, you know you're on the right path. So this Christmas, my son, my 5-year-old son, when I asked him, so what is your family? He told me, don't worry. I will take care of you when you're old, as you now take care of me as I'm young. And we are taking care of our grandfather. That is family. That's why as a monk, twice a year, we have to check out our Dharma fathers to take care and ask if they need something. So tradition is very important. The tradition and celebration, because it gives meaning. meaning to be something, part of something bigger. In a long chain in history. So it's not about you. Not all is about you. And that is very good. But all is through you. And that is our responsibility. To squeeze our mind and our flesh. To grind it. To use it. So we have a meaningful life. Otherwise, we're always trapped in the mind games or flesh affairs. The spark of the divine, the spark of God, is this very strong feeling when you have beauty and the good. So that's why I wish you all a good and beautiful year. Thank you very much.